I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. That would get my attention.
There we go.
Someone start doing that.
That's better.
Come, stay, watch the live.
You're terrifying people.
Hi, welcome back. It's another Live in the Lounge with me, Paul.
And me, Jason.
Collectively,
Those vegan guys.
How are you all doing? me loves. I'm going to be sat back a bit. You'll see me flobbly belly. I've put some weight on. I'm good with that. I'll tackle it when I need to. Just so you're aware. I did mention it on last week's live and said like, oh, I'm going to be getting back to my fasting. And then I didn't because it was
my birthday week.
Yeah, we were off Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday. I was like, I'm not doing it now.
And I ain't going to sit here eating and drinking whatever I want and not have my lovely husband join me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
But the upcoming week, I'm going to get back on the ball because it makes me feel a lot better when I lose a few pounds. I'm just one of those people, very much like my mother, who gains weight very easily. Annoying. Anyway, how are you? How's your week been? What's been going on? Hi, Mum and Dad Brom, if you're watching.
Yes, hi, Mum and Dad Brom.
They probably are. We've had a very, very quiet Friday.
We have.
Quite lovely, though, to be honest. We sat around and played games for a bit this morning. And then my hair, it were annoying me. You know what I'm like for having hair on my sides? It don't please me at all. Don't feel right now, it does. So I phoned Barbara and I phoned about 2:10 and said, hiya, Ian, have you any spots from about 3 o'clock onwards? He said, yeah, I have one spot, 3 o'clock. So dashed about, got ready, went and got my haircut, went to Sainsbury's, came up.
Happy days. Happy days. Yeah, it's been a nice one.
Had a nice dinner.
It's been a nice birthday week, just in total. It's been really lovely.
We're having a lovely coffee and a lovely mint.
Decaf coffee and a mint, of course, for the regulars that join us on our lives. Back into our routine now. Last weekend, obviously, Saturday, did the birthday mukbang, which was awesome.
It was delicious.
And then, of course, Friday, chilling in the lounge. Decaf coffee and a mint, as is tradition.
Still got those mints, Naomi.
I know. We're still working through them, aren't we? I mean, it was virtually a bucket of mints.
Yeah, and we've kind of stopped doing the coffee thing. We need to get back into having the little coffee after.
We do.
Because it's just a nice thing. It feels kind of restauranty. That's why we used to. That's why we started doing it. We'd have a glass of wine in our dinner, and then we'd have a coffee and a mint. And afterwards, we might have another glass of wine.
Let's bring people a little bit closer to us.
It's a nice thing to do.
Just a little bit closer. Will and Chris are in the house, and lots of other people are in the house, have joined us this evening. Will and Chris, we had a sausage roll in a naan bread the other day.
Oh, you filthy, dirty buggers. That sounds gorgeous.
Lots of hellos from lots of people that are in the chat. How many have we got in? We've got 58 in so far, and we're 3.5 minutes into the live. I will remind you, please do give the live a thumbs up if you can.
Give it a thumbs up if you're watching us live on YouTube. Give it a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. Made it fit.
I thought you was going to carry on then.
I was going to, and I just thought everyone's probably bored. I mean, changing musicals, songs made wrong. Is that Gemini and a bad influence?
Yeah.
I was just telling Jason the reason we were kind of a bit weird at the beginning, then, because I was just telling Jason that I've kind of if I ever post, this is very important. If I ever post about trolls, you don't have to say, oh, don't let them get to you. They don't. I post about them now because I understand them better than ever. I understand those people better than ever. And I keep telling myself, there's still a human being on the other end of that. No matter how angry they are, or what they're saying to me, or how they're reacting, there's still a human being. They're reacting for a reason. Something has triggered them. People get very defensive when you make them question themselves. So I've been chatting, well, I haven't been chatting, really. There's this guy on Instagram at the moment. Send these little AI videos that I've done. So I've signed up to an AI site for 1 month. I've written the scripts, put them in. The AI has then changed the script. I've then gone back and edited the script. Added bits, took bits away. It breaks it all down for you. Lets you choose the voice you're going to use. Lets you make the video longer. Lets you change a particular clip. Like, I don't like that clip. I want to change that clip. It's really good. So I don't know if you've seen them, but I've done this series of little AI shorts. One of them about small animals that are killed during harvesting and how that's used as an attack against vegans, and it's actually a cell phone for meat eaters, because 88 billion land animals are killed on Earth every year. Minimum. Land only. And 80 to 90% of the soy grown on Earth is fed to a large percentage of those 88 billion animals. So you want to throw in the small animal. You're, as a meat eater, slaughtering way more small animals, those not astute enough to get out of the way. Anyway, so I did this video. This guy has just been going on about, he's got kids and he's a hunter, and he's going to take them hunting, and they're going to get deer, and the deer's going to last them, and it's far better than the monocrop agriculture bullshit you vegans. So rather than trying to have an intelligent conversation, because that's not working, it's been tried by other folk, I've said, from the lifestyle that you explain and the ethics that you espouse, it surprises me that you're not as against animal agriculture as we are, because it's devastating environments all over the world. And then I threw in at the end, also, have you asked your kids if they really want to hunt? And have you asked them in a way that makes them feel safe enough to say no if they really don't want to? Back to you.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Because I think there are there's different types of people in the world, obviously, and there's the psychology around carnivores, for want of a better expression. The psychology and understanding around how their brains work is actually really complicated. It's quite complex. There's a lot going on there, and now is neither the time or the place to unpick it. But suffice to say, that's what I always say. I said it at the Barnaval when we did our talk. I say it often about, it's really important to pick your battles. It's really important to figure out whether somebody is worth spending the time on or not, as the case may be. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, the shorts are good. The videos are good. I think they're all right. They're coming at it from the right angle, and they are easy to share. Mm-hmm. They're easy to share because you're sharing facts ultimately, aren't you?
I would like, very quickly,
I just wanted to congratulate Earfront. 8 years being a vegan, still happy, still healthy, still vegan, still human.
Well done.
Excellent stuff.
Nice one.
Yeah, the chat is thick and fast as always. It's lovely that you're all here, just chilling with us in our lounge. And as is often the case, once we've finished with our decaf coffee and our mint, which we nearly have, we will segue to having a glass of wine. And we've got a little box to unpack at some point during the live as well. So that's quite exciting.
Is it that?
Oh dear. Now's not the time for experimentation. Good sir. Paul's just looking at how to share something with you all, but I don't think we've really done it before, so it's a bit of an experiment. I'm hoping that everything's going to be okay.
Well, no. I need to put my glasses on for it so I can actually read what I'm doing.
Adam,
you chat away.
I'm glad that you can read the messages tonight on the screen. That is always a good thing. It's a really nice thing to be able to do It's one of the sort of simple and easy features with Streamyard, is that we can kind of highlight comments and questions and things. It's a bit more inclusive, you know.
Right, here is how we share the screen, I believe. Right, I'm going to show you this very quickly. It's only 2 minutes.
Have you ever wondered how the simple act of choosing what to eat could ripple the corners of our world? A single choice, a single meal, can shape the course of our planet's future. Our story begins. Wondered how the simple act of choosing what to eat could ripple out and touch the corners of our world. A single choice, a single meal, can shape the course of our planet's future. Our story begins in the past. For millennia, humanity has relied on diverse food sources: meat, plants, fruits, grains. We've consumed them all. But as our populations exploded, so too did our demands on the environment. The year 2021 saw a staggering 83 billion land animals slaughtered for food. Each creature, a link in a chain of events that stretches across the globe and reaches into our homes. But the impact of this demand for meat doesn't stop at the loss of animal life alone. Our planet's lungs, the rainforests, are gasping for breath. Acres upon acres of these vital ecosystems are being razed to the ground to create grazing lands for livestock. Our insatiable appetite for meat is leaving the earth bare and gasping for breath. But here's the twist. A study from Harvard University revealed that the evolution and growth of the human brain were not fueled by meat, but by starchy foods. Yes, the humble potato, the ubiquitous rice, these foods powered our ascent to the top of the food chain. And the most thought-provoking fact of all, humans are omnivores by choice, not by necessity. Our bodies can thrive without meat. We can make the choice to change. Imagine a world where the food on our plates doesn't cost the earth. A world where 83 billion lives aren't lost each year. A world where rainforests thrive, not just survive. It's possible, it's achievable, and it starts with us. Going vegan isn't a sacrifice. It's an opportunity. An opportunity to nourish our bodies, to save our planet, to make a difference. And the best part? It's easier than ever before. With a myriad of plant-based options at our fingertips, we can enjoy a rich, varied diet and know that we're doing our part for the world. Remember, the future of our planet is in our hands. And sometimes it starts with what's on our plates.
I know it ends quite abruptly, but yeah, I kind of liked it.
It's great. It is great. Oh
No.
One. There we go. May as well do that as well. Just so we go back to.
Oh yes, to silence.
Back to normal.
Hello, silence, my old friend.
There we go. Yeah. Will and Chris say it right there. Yeah, the video is so true. I'm very sad that people would rather troll these channels than actually think about future generations. What a shame. Yeah, indeed.
But do you know that I think that because we've had messages from people all over the years, they've been few and far between, but there have been people who've said, I used to troll your channel and I've gone vegan, and we might have never heard of them again.
Yeah. And the other thing I'd like to add to this particular conversation before I go and get us a glass of wine is that there are times I'm going through a bit of a funny one at the moment, and I'm having a bit of a realization, and it's not just to do with my birthday coming and sort of turning 44, although that's probably part of it as well. But it might sometimes feel like the task at hand in terms of massively reducing animal cruelty, encouraging more people to go vegan, all of that stuff, saving the planet, saving everything. It may seem insurmountable, if that is the right word. It may seem like it's such a huge challenge that it's actually quite devastating and emotionally impacting. But what I would always say is, and something I really firmly believe in, it's worth keep trying and it's worth keep fighting, because the alternative is that you just kind of give up and not bother. And there has been times over the years where I've just been like, this is we're doomed as a species. We're doomed. Like there's no hope for us. Like
hit the reset
button. But I feel a lot better trying to help and trying to reach people. And sometimes I think people get triggered just by the use of the word vegan. And when I was rewatching that again, then I was like, you know, sometimes if I'm in a conversation with someone and I can tell they've been triggered by the use of the word vegan, I should maybe switch it and say, would you prefer me to use the term cruelty-free versus cruelty? So there's people who choose to live a life full of cruelty and death, and there's people who choose not to. And it's really that's it. That's what it comes down to. But then people would be triggered by that as well, because how dare you say that I live a cruel lifestyle because I choose to eat animals? So it's difficult. It's very difficult, isn't it?
It is.
But you know what?
And you should only be as activist as you have the strength for.
Yeah.
Just lately, I'm just like, do you know what? Bring it on.
Yeah. The other thing,
if I stop sharing facts and trying to get it through to people that this won't work. It will never work. While there are less than 8 billion humans on the planet, and a too large percentage of them are starving hungry, but we can somehow forcefully breed 83 billion, 10 times the number of people on Earth, animals, and feed them. Devastating the rainforests while we're doing it, and doing way more harvesting than is necessary because we've forcefully bred. On no planet with no amount of brain does that make sense.
And of course, we do fully appreciate that right this second, we're kind of preaching to the choir.
Yeah, in a vacuum.
But it's something that's prominent in the forefront of our minds at the moment. It's something that we tackle on the reg, predominantly Paul, it's fair to say, in terms of dealing with the comments.
Yeah, but you feel it all the time.
I see the comments, I read the comments. Paul is the one who responds to 99.9% of the comments, unless something is specifically directed at me. For example, for people who have been incredibly complimentary and have left lovely comments about the song choices. I've been the one that's predominantly responded to that. Even though it's a song that we co-wrote, I do appreciate that some of the stuff's directed towards me, so I'd respond in kind.
You had a birthday gift, you know, on PayPal. I only saw it today.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know. I did not know.
None of us knew. That's the point. I'm sure she's called Claire, but just let me double check.
So yeah, it's at the forefront of our minds, this stuff, particularly at the moment, because we've obviously, there is a lot of comments and a lot of response to the stuff that we put out, particularly of late. But yeah, you've got to just keep fighting the good fight, haven't you? It's all you can do. It's all you can do, but it does grate sometimes. And I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it as it is. The utter stupidity of some of the comments. It really is, like, it goes back to that saying about never play chess with a pigeon. Oh,
Claire Wignall.
Oh, thank you so much, Claire. I don't know if you're on the live stream now, but thank you so much for the birthday gift.
And we've got this to open.
Greatly appreciate it.
Let me show you this first. So we've been sent. This box. We thought we'd open with you guys now from Bonbon. Now, Bonbon is a new startup.
Well, we don't. Let's not have the website on.
Well, yeah, no, that's the right thing to do. There we go. You see.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
Meet Jack and Annabelle, lovely young couple who started this. I'm always like, I think it's lovely when young people are trying to start something up.
Young people get it.
And this young couple are both vegan. All of their packaging is 100%. She sent me so much detail. 100% recycled and recyclable. And you lot can get 10% off with the code Vegan Guys 10. And I thought, well, if some of you want some sweets, maybe you want to get some early Christmas stuff, and you could help out a nice, new business from two young folk. Why wouldn't you? So there's Bonbon. The website's bonbonplantbased.com.
Right, should I, well, I can just leave it as it is, I suppose, but then we put us on the big screen so people can actually see this properly.
Ooh, nice thing.
How do I get rid of this now, Paul? Because we want to be on the,
Click that.
Stop that, yeah.
Yep.
There we go. So you can see properly. And also, well, you know what, I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Let's focus on this for now. We'll come back to the chat in a second. We're in the middle of something, aren't we?
Right. Now, this is like a big bag of jellies and dummies and, you know,
vegan sweets, basically. Vegan sweets.
ah,
Different types of sweets. Some stickers as well, which is always nice.
dream big,
Appreciate stickers. Love a sticker.
treat people with kindness. And some pretty flowers, Miss Gemini.
Nice. So what have we got? We've got some fizzes. And what's the other one?
I think these are sours.
Well, that's not a sour. That the Bubs ones. I know that, definitely. But some of the others might be. These two are similar, aren't they?
Similar.
I'm imagining you can probably like pick your own. That's usually how these things work. You know what I mean? Really nice.
You can scan that maybe.
But what we said as well is we will put a quick picture on our Instagram with the details and everything, and a link to the website so that you can check it out. You know, but very nice of them to send us some sweeties.
And nice to see a young plant-based startup, because it does take courage these days
Of course it does.
in this environment.
Yeah. Of course it does, definitely. But it's greatly
I
appreciated.
might just take a picture right there.
We are well stocked up on
Look
our.
at me now being an influencer.
We are well stocked up on our sweets for the time being, because I was very lucky to get some sweets bought me for my birthday as well, which was nice. Leanne, Imran, Angharad, and Bam. Tom, I haven't had any proper sweets for ages. I'm on my way. Nice one. Alex, glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Donna, yeah, you need to check it out. Check it out, definitely. We'll get a pickup and some details, but ultimately, what's the 10% off?
Vegan Guys 10.
Vegan Guys 10. Yeah, so you can go to the website, check it out, put an order in.
Vegan Guys and then the number 10, but all one word.
The number 10. Nice one. Nice one, Adam.
Get yourself
Good stuff.
sweeties.
As people know, if you have been around and on the channel for a long time, you will know that we do, as much as we're able to, we do like to support up and coming and new vegan businesses. We like to give them a shout out wherever we possibly can, as much as we can, within reason. So yeah, it's nice to be able to do that. And it was a couple of years ago, it wasn't that long ago, that we did the vegan business shout out at Christmas, didn't we? Around Christmas time, where we had got a load of vegan people, load of vegan
Doing their own
send us little videos.
Adverts
Yeah, which was a really nice thing to do. Oracle, the Oracle of Whimsy.
Yom Kippur.
Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. Yeah.
Thank you, Whimsy Girl.
For whatever the reasoning, the rationale, thank you. It's appreciated.
For the sins I have committed in eating my two favourite rabbis.
Yeah. So, well, that's nice, isn't it? The sweets. You know.
Yes, it's lovely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Really nice. All stocked up on sweets for a while now. I will be taking some to work with me.
Yeah, because I'm
big-
far more a chocolate person than a sweet person.
Yeah.
You're a massive sweet person, aren't you?
I like sweets at work sometimes when it's the day's not going well, and I'll eat some sugar and some sweets, and it makes me feel a bit better. And I also sometimes like sweets when I'm playing computer games because the two just kind of go together for me. But it's a nostalgia thing, goes back to my childhood, all that stuff, you know, computer games and sweets. Great fun, good times. Yes. Right, let's have a look at the chat. Oh, I tell you what, I said I was going to get us a glass of wine, didn't I?
You did.
I shall get us a glass of wine. You have a look and make sure that we've not missed anything in the chat.
I will. I'll have to. I could probably see this much better on YouTube, you know.
Oh, right, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Can we not just make it bigger? There's probably a way to just make the chat bigger. Because I know that there is on YouTube, isn't there?
Yeah, I'll try in a minute. You go and get the white mic. Oh, that's nice, Jojo. Jojo sent her. They're already vegan, but she sent her husband our week in the life video where we did a full week of food.
Oh, right, yeah.
And he said, "I want all of this, please."
Oh. Nice.
And they love that we get things from supermarkets and stuff. We do indeed. We'll kind of have to. So that's where our budget lives.
Yeah, yeah. Although, as we've said before on our shopping vlogs, we're lucky where we live. We're lucky that we live in a location where we have got lots of options in terms of supermarkets. The cheaper end, the more expensive ones, you know, all the way from like Heron, Farm Foods, B&M Bargains, which are a little bit, do appreciate some of you might not have anything like that near you, but all the way up to the standards like Tesco, Sainsbury's, Aldi, Co-op, and M&S. That's, I think, pretty much covers all of them in our vicinity.
Oracle, just explaining the super chat was a Jewish New Year's present, which is Yom Kippur. I'd like to ask you a random opinion about something. You don't have to be a fan, but have you ever seen Yentl? I was mortified that our friend Adam hadn't even heard of it. We watched it not too long ago, didn't we? Again,
Yeah,
I have it on DVD here. It's one of my. If you didn't know, I'm a huge Streisand fan. But what do you? It's because you mentioned Yom Kippur, and obviously it's about Orthodox Judaism, but way back when women weren't allowed to learn and stuff. But I think they, mind you, I love Streisand, and pretty much everyone in that film is amazing. But I think the story is told beautifully. What do you think? What do you think of it? Have you ever seen it? I'm sure you've heard of it.
well, so I've come down to the bottom
Oh,
of the chat. We can always scroll back up again if we need to. Yentl is good.
ah.
We're just catching up with the chat. Just trying to catch up with the chat.
Oh, nice, Pete. Rich PT dinner tonight with your Greek style wraps and wedges.
Nice.
Very nice.
Nice one, Rich. And I saw your belated birthday wishes before. Thank you.
Cake.
Thank you so much.
Cake is a scam.
That's great. Someone just above asked a question, and I can answer that one in terms of my. So Lorna is asking, what is your favourite supermarket cake? I've had a few now. We have had the Lidl one recently. Meh. It's got to be the M&S Victoria Sponge for me.
Yeah, it is. It is lovely.
I think
I have to say though, I quite enjoyed the chocolate cake we got from Sainsbury's last week.
You know what? Yeah.
With Oldham single cream. It was lovely.
It was good.
We had it over like
2 nights.
Yeah. Well, we had it twice, but like
stuffed us faces. We did it with my birthday.
Rich says, did you watch the documentary with Chris Packham? Wonders whether you ever felt like being more activist.
I've heard it.
I haven't
not watched
actually.
It, no.
I've been on a bit of an activist thing since Vegan Camp Out, but a place like Vegan Camp Out shows you exactly what a true vegan village would look like.
Mm-hmm.
You go to any shop and buy any food item and eat it. You don't have to ask. Do you know what I mean? It's beautiful. Beautiful.
Ali, wonderful film. Love Streisand. Nice.
Oh,
speaking of films,
it is moving quite fast.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah.
Quite fast.
Thick and fast. The chat tonight.
Yes, it's that's what. Don't forget your activism. Being vegan is an act of activism. It just is.
Yeah.
You know, when you communicate to people that you're vegan, you're planting a seed. When every time you eat or drink vegan in front of somebody, you're planting a seed, whether you know it or not, whether it's an active thing or not, you just are.
I suppose the other thing as well, you know, kind of on that topic and just kind of activism in general is like, you know, I should imagine that we're all in the same boat here. You'll have had this yourselves where you'll share something on social media, like just like a popular meme or, you know, a funny image with a nice comment that you put with it, or, you know, you taking the dog for a walk in the park and a comedic picture of the dog, you know, in a puddle or something. And that's brilliant. And it gets loads of comments and, you know, lots of likes from people in your network. And then you'll share something that's vegan related or, you know, linked to animal cruelty or something, and it's tumbleweed because your personal social circle isn't interested in anything to do with animal cruelty or, you know, stopping animal cruelty or vegan or plant-based. And that can be a really hard thing to deal with as well sometimes, is just that actual realization, that acknowledgement that actually sometimes the people that are really quite close to you and have been for a number of years, friends and family, they're not really engaged or that interested either. And that's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, which is why, you know, having communities like this where we can kind of lift each other up a little bit is a really nice thing, because at least for a short period of time, we can all get our heads together and be like, oh, yeah, bit of that.
I was utterly sure that Chris or Will was just asking me about the Kylie album.
Oh yeah.
Will.
Yeah, Will said, have you listened to Kylie's full album yet? Oh
no,
my God.
Because I thought that I had it on pre-order and it would come automatically. Seemingly that didn't happen, so I've just ordered it. It'll be here tomorrow.
There you go.
So I will.
FOMO live.
Yeah. No, I wanted it like as soon as it came out. I was pretty sure. I thought I had.
Yeah. I thought you had, to be fair. I thought you had. Adam says, my M&S have never had the Victoria Sponge. Bosch chocolate and lemon and Sainsbury's Plant Pioneers is proper nice. My mum, dad, brother all like it as well. Great. Yeah, it's top stuff, innit? Top stuff. Yes. Back to the cake. So Jojo says M&S Victoria Sponge, second favourite. First is the lemon drizzle cake from Morrison's. Nice.
I didn't know they did a lemon drizzle cake. Where is it, Jojo? Is it with the cake and bread in that area, or is it on the free from aisle, or is it fridged, or have you noticed all the leaflets have started to come out now? You can order these things ready for Christmas. It's one in Sainsbury's today. It was just the vegan beef Wellington, but still I was like, yeah, okay, it's something. But I know they'll have more on the shelves. Yes, I'm going to have to keep wearing my glasses.
Yes, we can bring this in a little bit
I'm
closer.
afraid.
Got a little bit of space. Jennifer, that's great. That's great, and that is, I think that's a realistic, and you know, pretty nice way. Is that okay? They're going to try some vegan stuff. Family, friends, you know, they're going to find out what all this is about. They're not going to get defensive and start calling you out. They're not going to suddenly become qualified nutritionists and start asking you loads of questions about where you get your protein from. All of that. They're just going to say, hey, I get it. Let's try some alternatives. Let's look into this. Let's do a bit of research. That's the least that you can ask for, in my humble opinion, from your friends and your family and the people that are close to you. You know, sadly, that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen very often, which is a real shame.
That's a great comment, Joseph. Most people don't know that there is a better alternative. People have been trained that it is too hard and not healthy to be vegan, when it, as we know, is the exact opposite is true. It's never been cheaper. The BDA raves about it. The NHS raves about it. And I trust the medical world more than Bill from Sidgate.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it? This is the weird thing. We're living in a strange and peculiar world at the moment where, you know, people who've got degrees in making toast are arguing with people who've got degrees in oceanography.
Yeah. Climate change doesn't exist. It's always been like this, said Bill from Sidcup, the aforementioned. Vegan, of course. Vegan rich, you know, rich. Says, guys, will you say hi to my twins, Betsy and Haddon? They will love it when I show them tomorrow. I can give you a hug of ours. Hello, Betsy and Haddon.
Betsy and Haddon, hi. Hello. There we go. Hope yous are doing great, by the way. Hope yous are all doing great. You know, and whilst on that, what has everybody got planned for the weekend? Because I forget, it is Friday night. So, you know, we don't do our day jobs on a Friday, but I appreciate for a lot of yous, it's the end of the week. So has anybody got anything nice planned for the weekend?
Well, John's going to have a lovely Friday night because he's got a Chicago Town vegan barbecue pizza and a Tesco cheap garlic bread.
Nice.
For a Friday night dinner treat. One of those long ones, Stamford Street or wherever it's called. They're still 30p, aren't they? Did we have one in last week's meals walk?
Yeah.
With that ravioli.
I think so.
It was that ravioli we got from Lidl. That was bloody gorgeous, that ravioli we got from Lidl. I wouldn't mind going back there, seeing if they've got any more of that. I haven't been back yet, though.
Jojo, cakes. I was what I was looking for. Yes, in with the normal cakes, not refrigerated. They hide it in there, the cheeky so-and-sos.
Right, so is it clearly marked vegan, or is it like dead? You know, is it just marked vegan, like on the back it just says lemon drizzle cake? Give me more. Is it round, bar, in a box? I need to, lemon drizzle is like my favourite cake. We used to get them lemon muffins from
Greg's.
Yeah,
they were great. Unfortunately, not vegan.
Not vegan.
And we had another lemon muffin a while back, and I was a bit disappointed, and I can't remember where it was from. I'm sure we had a lemon muffin a few months back, and we were hoping that this vegan lemon muffin that we had was going to be like the Greg's.
Vegan cupcakes. We had.
Oh, was it a cupcake?
Yeah, I think it was a Bosch.
Like a lemon cupcake.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Right. Okay. It wasn't anything like the Greg's ones, to my memory.
Well, a lemon cob. That is yours.
Dear me. Oh, nice one, Adam. That sounds cool. Yeah, that's a fair chunk to lay down. But you know, you love a shed, you love a shed. Actually, you know what I was thinking? I was looking out into our back garden earlier on, and stood at the back door whilst it was pouring it down, and it got me thinking about our, you know, the whole polytunnel thing. So knowing that Adam has got one and has had one for a while now, my question directly to Adam is, how has your polytunnel cover fared in the time that you've had it? You know what I mean? Like, is it going to last a while?
Is it all right?
Is it the kind of thing that you're only going to get a year out of, or is it something that's going to last like 3 to 5 years maybe? Just curious, mate. Just curious. Oh, nice.
We don't mind a flapjack.
I actually
Mr.
am.
Rich.
I'm quite fond of a flapjack, Rich. I'm quite fond of a flapjack. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not even acknowledging that Will and Chris have got 2 weeks off because I think it's disgusting.
I say good on them.
No, I think it's vile.
Good on them.
2 gays having 2 weeks off together. Something weird about that for me.
We just had 6 days off,
Yeah,
you know,
well,
which was nice.
we're not the gays though, are we?
Yeah. Jojo, thank you, Jojo. And it's good that we're actually able to track the
Very
conversation.
clearly marked vegan in an obvious way, in a box, round cake, not huge, but 2 good slices each worth up. That's all you need, innit? Little bits of lemon rind scattered on top. It's bloody lovely. Nice one, Jojo. Thank you, love. Yeah, I might pop there tomorrow because our local Asda haven't got the. I'd like to try the plant-based mullah as well for the channel. Don't know whether it's something I would regularly buy. I'm still a bit like, but you know, I'll.
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely. We've said
on
it.
Alpro.
We've said it before, haven't we? It's like it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's like any other company that
All
brings
you
stuff
can
out.
do is
Look at Richmond.
focus on the vegan stuff.
Richmond have brought out one of the best, maybe not the best, but they brought out one of the best vegan bacons on the market in the UK. But let's not forget what Richmond do and who Richmond are.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And I do think a lot of the time, you know, the pessimistic side of me is looking at a lot of these companies. One, they're cashing in. We know they're cashing in on what they deem to be a trend. They want to try and make as much money in as short a time as they possibly can.
Yeah.
Number two, they're ticking another box because they are probably getting paid because it's carbon offsetting for the company. So they're ticking a box there. Number three, they're also ticking another box for corporate social responsibility. So there's a lot of reasons why a lot of these companies are doing it.
Yeah.
We're well aware of that. But supply and demand, innit? You don't buy the stuff, they're not going to keep doing it. And the more that they're making that stuff, gradually we will see a decline. In fact, reading that article a few weeks ago about Pilgrim, and there was the CEO from Pilgrim was saying that they'd seen like a year-on-year reduction in poultry purchasing, like over the last 3 years, like a significant drop. And we're seeing places closing down. Like, you know, the mainstream media doesn't talk much about that. They talk about the decline in purchasing vegan and meat alternatives. That was kind of doing the headlines and doing the rounds a few months back. But they don't talk so much about, you know, the other side, and that we are actually seeing a drop, meat and dairy. So any other plans for the weekend? So Vegan Runner said, we will just be chilling at home, bit of gardening, dog walking, trip to a shop. We don't even know what we're doing yet. I suppose, you know what, I suppose at some point, depending on the weather this weekend, we will probably have a trip to the allotment and just kind of gauge where we're up to with everything, what needs doing over the next coming weeks and months, and sort of get the ball rolling with that. Do you know what I mean? But nothing major planned as yet.
Jennifer, learning about how to carve a recipe turtles. Her son found one in a box by
Oh,
Dumpster and brought it home. So Turtle now has a new family. That's lovely.
that's delightful, Jennifer. Yeah, and I hope the turtle's fine and well and settles in. Turtles are lovely.
Rich, we have started to use this. We're using a software at the moment called Streamyard, which if you want to pop on and have a chat with us at one of our Friday lives.
Easier on a Friday live, isn't
which
it?
are in the lounge.
Yeah.
Let us know. Let's plan it proper. Message me, and then come on, have a chat. We've done it with a few people on. Don't want nobody tonight though. I'm sick of y'all.
Well, these things are better planned, aren't they?
Oh,
in
God,
advance.
yeah. Well, we said we were just coming on for a quick chill tonight because we said we were getting back into the.
Yeah. Ah, nice. Barbara, my week vacation has started, so I'll be relaxing and enjoying the time off from work.
Nice. Well, that's exactly what we did, Barbara, for 6 days, and it was lovely. We didn't feel any pressure to do anything or go anywhere. Just enjoyed our time. It was lovely.
Yeah, it was. I think we're caught up. Did you see that before from Jojo?
Yes.
Yeah, excellent.
I read it out.
Right. I might have been. I have a hard time reading and listening at the same time. I don't know if anybody else does. But yeah, I might have been reading, in which case I struggle to take information in when I'm reading at the same time. And as Joseph says, going back to what we were saying before, yeah, heard that there is a big decline in dairy as there are so many plant-based options. I honestly believe, and I've said this many times, and I think you're on the same page with me on this one, I think we will see the decline of the dairy industry before we see the decline of the meat industry.
Yeah.
I think we will see that because more young people, the younger generation, are kind of in their droves leaving dairy and realizing the horrors of the dairy industry, which is weird because like young people are finding their way to veganism and plant-based through cutting out dairy. They're realizing the cruelty of that before they get into the other side, and most people come the other way around. So, hey, it's all good.
Donna, where do you live? Has your Aldi taken out all vegan food? What, like everything out the freezers, the fridges? Specific, obviously they've still got veg, fruit and stuff. But have they got rid of all their, or are they having a repackage, or are they getting ready for Christmas stuff? Have you asked, or have you just seen that there's no stuff there and then thought, oh, they've got rid of everything?
All valid questions. Lots of questions there.
Sorry, Donna, loads of questions. But obviously we have to be careful. You know, we don't want to be saying stuff that, because there could be loads of reasonings, or supermarkets do funny things at this time of year. Our Sainsbury's has already got a wall full of mince pies, Christmas puddings, and panettones already.
Okay, so I want to give a big shout out to Leanne, who is in the house.
Hello, Leanne.
Thank you for being here, as always, and please do not worry about your tardiness. It is not a problem at all. We're just glad you're here. And of course, along with Imran, hey you guys, glad you're here, mate. Glad you're here. Chris, yes, unfortunately, it is too early to talk about Starfield. And I'm angry and upset that I'm not playing it, but I can't be too upset because I've got lots of other great stuff to go at and I'm enjoying. But Starfield's gonna have to wait a while, unfortunately, because the processing power involved to run that game, it ain't happening right now. But my wonderful birthday present has afforded me lots of fun and lots of gaming. I have, whilst I'm on the subject, if it's okay, I'm just making sure when Paul's just checking the chat and everything. Whilst we're on the subject of gaming, I have tasked myself with playing and completing Super Mario World, the original SNES, Super Nintendo, Super Mario World. I have challenged myself because I never completed it back in the day. So I'm currently working through that. Last weekend over my birthday, I completed GoldenEye 007. That was great. Just a blast from the past. So lots of fun.
Just an update. Donna says she's in Crawley. And vegan seems to be completely gone from the store, but she's not asked. She's going to report back to us. Thank you, Donna.
Nice one, Donna.
And if everybody else gets any info about that, let us know. Leanne is late due to scratching her eyeball and having to sort herself out.
No.
How? Why? Stop doing that. Don't do that.
It's easily done. It's easily done, and it's always a reminder as to how precious our eyeballs
are you taking
are.
your contact lenses out by any chance?
I know, Chris. I know. I hope you are enjoying it, though. I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, the time will come, and it will be devoured.
And Angharads says we don't have any vegan batter sausages or Kievs at the moment in our Aldi. Now that makes me think that they are taking stuff away to get ready for Christmas stuff, because they all seem to. It's like we've seen leaflets in all the stores now, so maybe it's that. Maybe, I hope so.
Thanks for the likes, everyone, and thank you to Barbara for reminding everyone. Barbara says, "Spike the likes, everyone."
Kate is having a trip to Vegan Junkies in Manchester. Vegan Junkies.
Junk food vegan?
Do you mean junk food vegan?
Is that in Manchester?
Or wholesome junkies?
Wholesome junkies? Wholesome junkies.
Do you mean wholesome junkies?
Wholesome, it's got to be on it. Any of it.
If you mean wholesome junkies in care, anything on the menu.
You can't go wrong, really.
Order everything.
Don't order everything. Order what you can manage.
Leanne poked herself in the eye with the paintbrush.
Ah.
Yeah, don't do that again.
Yeah, that's not good.
Try not to do that, Leanne. I hope it sorts itself out proper soon, love. Rich, leaving now. Thanks for the show. Looking forward to Tuesday already. If you come to Leeds, tell me. We'll show you around. Bye, love.
Nice one, Rich. Nice one. Thanks for being here.
Hey, Jonesy. Oh. Are you named after the cat in Aliens?
Thanks for being here, Jonesy.
Even if you're not, tell me you are.
Yeah, but thank you for being here.
I love that cat.
We welcome one, we welcome all. We try our best to lift people up. Going back to what we were saying before as well, when people come in the chat on our content that we put out and they just instantly go on the attack, or they kind of say something derogatory about how we might look, you've automatically lost the argument right there. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't even bother. It's just not a good starting point for a debate or a discussion, is it? So yeah, this is all about, as much as we possibly can, except for us occasionally losing the plot, 95% of the time on the channel, we do our very best to lift people up and not push people down or belittle people. We're on a journey, but the journey has to have a destination. In terms of the vegan journey, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it can't just be a continuous thing for like a decade. It can. Otherwise, it's not a serious thing at all.
Yeah. Chris, that is awesome. Yeah, I mean, I've heard great things just going back to, Xbox Game Pass. And obviously, that is a big one for people who were on the fence in terms of, that's why one of the reasons why they've done it, I'm sure. You can get Starfield on Xbox Game Pass for free. You're paying that relatively small monthly subscription. You're getting a 70 quid game. Boom. go at it straight away. No guarantees that it will run better on a PC, but it probably will, dependent on the size and scale of the PC that's running it. And that is the problem with PC gaming, isn't it? Ultimately. Jennifer, that's a lovely thing to say. Thank you. I'll stop talking about gaming now because I do appreciate that not everyone's in
this community always leave a smile on my heart. That's lovely.
That is lovely.
And thank you for the super sticker, TSHS.
We should talk about the 2 films that we've watched recently.
We should definitely talk about the one we watched last night.
We should.
Which was the first one?
Well, let's reference Cold Skin and just touch on that briefly, because with hindsight, it's a very unusual film. But if you go into it and you're able to contend with the fact that there are times in the film where the sound production isn't great.
Yeah.
But Cold Skin, it's a great film. It's a great film.
It's a very good film, but the sound thing really did bother me
in places. But it is a great film. It's worth checking out. Watch the trailer, see what you think of it, see if it piques your interest. But we watched it a few nights ago. The cinematography is stunning. It's set on this kind of volcanic island with a lighthouse. It's kind of horror, psychological stuff going on. It's pretty dark.
In some places it really is. So that was it. It was all right.
Yeah,
it was all right.
Would recommend, but you've got to be aware of what you're getting into.
You've got to be on your A game with listening, because the sound mixing is the sound effects and the backing music are louder than the vocal.
Yeah,
and sometimes you're like, "What did you say?" And the trumpet was lovely, but what were you saying?
yeah. But what we watched last night, as soon as you posted about it, you can pick this up.
There is a new film. If you have Amazon Prime, there is a new film on there which tells a true story, but in a beautifully dramatized way. And it's called A Million Miles Away. And it's one of the best underdog rising to glory stories we've ever seen. It absolutely broke me, but not in it. I wasn't sad at any point throughout it. I was just really emotional in some of the best ways.
It's such a good film.
Went dizzy and everything.
It's
That's how
exceptional.
emotional it made me.
From beginning to end.
Yeah. Beautifully directed, acted, scored, story told. Beautiful.
And the other thing as well that I didn't really acknowledge last night when we were watching it, the relationship between his dad and his mum, and then the relationship between him and his wife.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
When they're all sat in these aren't major spoilers, I'm being very careful. When the kids are all the kids and they're sat in the back of the car and mum and dad are having that conversation, and they just kind of, it's so raw and real.
It's gorgeous.
Natural.
It's gorgeous.
It's like you're peeking into a relationship.
It's a true story.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's
Watch
a true
it.
story.
Watch it.
It's so worth watching.
It's worth watching even if you've got very little or no interest in NASA or
again.
space. Yeah. So, yeah, that's our recommendation of the year, I think. It's fair to say. In terms of films, recommendation of the year so far.
Oh, Leanne, you went to the theatre. I saw The Woman in Black at the New Theatre Cardiff last night. They're touring from the West End. If you're able to see it, absolutely do. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam's interested. And Leanne, yes. And Jennifer. But yes, it's worth checking out, honestly. It's just a beautiful film. It got me on so many occasions. Like Paul said, I was emotional a lot throughout the film. Like, it proper brought tears to my eyes on a number of occasions. In a good way, though. In a good way. Powerful, impacting. not necessarily subtle, and I'm glad that it's not subtle in its storytelling and in the message that it's trying to put across.
It's a very important story.
Yeah.
It's a very important story about perseverance and about it not mattering. It doesn't matter where you're from.
I've done panda feats. I've done that a couple of times at work. I've gone to write diary and wrote dairy. So far, I've picked it up before I've hit send on the email, because I always quickly just whip through. My typing's not always the best, but yeah, I get them muddled up sometimes as well. What?
Oh, the film that we were talking about, Donna, was A Million Miles Away, and it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh yes, I'm glad you've reminded me of that panda feat. Stray, the game with the cat, does look great. I will be getting around to playing that at some point, and I think that's a little bit more in our wheelhouse in terms of it being able to run on our PC and actually be reasonably affordable. I don't think it's silly expensive. I think it's around the 20 quid region, on PC. So yeah, that'll come at some point.
Imran says, has anyone seen Nimona on Netflix?
Ooh.
Say it's both groundbreaking game changers, not understating it at all.
Wow.
Nimona. No, is it a movie or a series? Oh, I saw that the trans woman on the new series of Married at First Sight on a clip with chatting to Lorraine on Insta. And I liked what she was saying as well. She was like, I don't want to be the transport person. I just want to be me.
Yeah, totally get that. Although I have to say,
she just wants to be a woman.
I'm not particularly interested in Married at First Sight in terms of, watching it, all of it. Oh, thanks for the kind words, Jojo. That's lovely.
Cheers.
Yeah. I'm really glad that we're it's an animated movie, Imran says. I'm really glad that we're back into the stride with our live streams at the weekends, because it is really nice to touch base with you all. Whether it's Saturday mukbang, Friday chilling in the lounge like we are now, or cooking in the kitchen on a Sunday that we do. There are going to be occasional weekends, of course, where we can't do a live stream because we've got something else going on. But as much as we're able to, we're going to try and keep up with that routine. I'm going to have forgotten the name of that film that Imran mentioned within half an hour. It begins with N and all that. Nimo. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to find it and write it down. Nimona. I love a good animated film, Imran. Right. You can look at the trailer afterwards. Nice one. Oh, Sally, that's lovely. Nice one. And thank you for the birthday wishes. And birthday wishes to you as well. It sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Adam, that's a fair point, mate. I do recommend From on Netflix, producers of Lost. I just hope it doesn't end up like Lost, though. Wasted 10 years of my life on that. Oh dear. I think we did, didn't we? Did we just kind of just give up on it? We got in pretty thick into Lost, if memory serves. We were,
yeah, for like season 1, and then I was like, I don't like where this is going.
I think we went in way more than that. I think we watched a few series of it, and then we got to the point where we're like, this is getting silly now.
The sentient humanitarian sanctuary, so Star Trek Discovery has a lot of LGBTQ references. We're watching it right now. Not right now, currently. Big Trekkies. That we're always watching something Star Trek related. We've gone back to Discovery. Oh.
Yes. Yeah. It's brilliant.
We're watching it all again.
I'm not going to start going on about Star Trek.
No, we said we were doing a vlog.
We did. We're going to do that. We are.
And that will stop us talking about it, because we'll do a vlog. And well, no.
We've got a few things coming up. Actually, we've definitely got a hot sauce taste test coming up fairly soon. We're definitely going to do our Star Trek vlog. Where are the vegan Trekkies at? Because it would be nice to combine those two things occasionally. Yeah. Because I'm sure there's plenty.
Can I just stop you for a second, because Tom Hemmings, hi Tom, and the lovely Victoria, who made I don't know which of you, I think it was Victoria, made the Toad in the Hole from Asda meal, and it looked gorgeous. Living La Vegan Loca on Instagram. Tom says, what actually happened at the end of Lost? They got found. I don't know if that's true. I just wanted to say it.
I just distinctly remember just a whole bunch of new people just turning up out of nowhere.
Adam says, like, Tom, they all died and ended up meeting up with each other in some church where they all crossed over. A-front, Star Trek, we are waiting for Legacy. Give us it. And we're waiting for the next season of Strange New Worlds.
Yeah. And the new series of Discovery. Did you say that? So yeah, Discovery. Part of the reason why we started rewatching Discovery is because we ain't going to get season 5 of Discovery until 2024. We're pretty sure of that, with the writer strikes and everything going on over in the States, and rightly so. By the way, fully support the writer strikes. Just for the record, fully support them. So yeah, we've got a hole to fill in the meantime. But yeah, massive Trekkies. Absolutely love it all. Most of it. Oh, should we get onto that?
It's not anti-vegan. It's not real bacon. It's synthesized.
I don't actually know about. I wouldn't actually say that confidently, because I think Pike does use. He is quite. What's the word?
Where's it going to get
purist.
Where's it going to get it from?
I don't know. Presumably, there's still somewhere on Earth where it might happen, or another planet.
I think
you get it from another planet.
I think it's all synthesized, because everything's synthesized from Next Generation on.
I think this is. I'm just going to say this for what it is, and I hope that nobody takes offense. Sometimes this is where inflammatory conversations can start to happen. So when you use language like Star Trek Strange New Worlds is anti-vegan, that's inflammatory. That's saying Star Trek Strange New Worlds is anti-vegan. So if we can unpack that so we can all make more sense of it, that would be helpful, because that's just kind of like a throwaway attacking Star Trek Strange New Worlds over something that is relatively trivial in the grand scheme of things. This is what I was saying before about how things can just get massively blown out of control, blown out of proportions in the written form on social media in general, in life in general. Let's pick our battles, Let's pick our battles, and I don't think our battles were Star Trek.
Well, and Chris, what are your thoughts on the Nazca mummies now that the dust has settled a bit? I would still like them to offer them out to other scientific bodies for testing.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
But if these are indeed creatures with no chewing mechanism that drank some kind of liquid and had some kind of Chester harness on them, they look the way they do, and they're over 1,000 years old, I want to know what they are and where they're from. But it could just be another race of humanoid type beings that have now died out because we killed them.
There's a lot,
whatever.
There's a lot of things they could be. My main issue with it is, if they are genuine, why wouldn't the Mexican authorities, the doctors, the scientists, the people who have done the detailed medical scans, why wouldn't they offer up samples for the rest of the world to verify, to determine if this is as big a deal as they say it is? That's the only thing that makes me a bit suspicious of it all, really. I want it to be true. There's so much going on around this stuff at the moment. Border Patrol, American Border Patrol, I've just dropped 10 videos of UAPs, I think within the last 24 hours. I think a couple of them we may have seen before and have done the rounds, and some other stuff on there that's new stuff, but stuff to them that is like, hey, yeah, well, now you've given us the all clear. It's kind of coming in that kind of way. It's like, okay, Congress is talking about this, the military have released videos, there's a whole buzz around it all at the moment. Then we've got Mexico and the Mexican government basically saying, hey, we've got this. And now Border Patrol in the States have released a lot of videos and said, hey, we've got this as well, that we've just kind of held on to because of fear of ridicule. You know, they've shared a bunch of videos as well now. So it's all going down big time. But we're living in strange times, as they say. We are living in strange times.
Let's have another little spottle.
Yes.
Before we get off.
Yes, we'll have another spot of wine before we start to wrap things up. But yeah, I love it all. I'm fascinated by it. If I had the time, I'd have a whole other channel just on aliens and UFOs and UAPs.
Let me get to Jennifer. I had it up for a while before, and then we just went off on a tangent again about UFOs. Jennifer says, I have a random question. I hope it's not totally off base. I love this channel and Facebook group. Have you ever considered doing a podcast? Love your passion. Yeah, I've tried doing one once. The thing is, it's a lot of work. And if we were making oodles of money from YouTube, isn't even pocket money for us. Sincerely, it isn't. It's just having the time, because don't forget we both work 4 days a week, and so we try to do at the very least our live and our meals vlog, and I'll try and do my little shorts in between and stuff like that. But it's just having the time to. If we got more out of YouTube, it would certainly get more out of us. Alas, we are, when it comes to YouTubers, very small, and you know, it's just we would like it to be more, but it's not.
Yeah, it's the time, it's the motivation, it's energy, it's creative juices. It's balancing everything out as carefully as we can so that we can maintain everything as long as we can. Yeah, it's all of that. It's all of that.
Adam says, would you eat lab-grown meat? No, I'd try it for the channel and I'd feed it my cat. That's 2 definites.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to.
Yeah. Because
I love my alternatives.
Same.
I love them.
Same.
And I love that I get the same flavours and textures and that it's not been near an animal.
But
so I don't need it. But would I try it for you guys? Absolutely, yes, I would.
If it's going to,
and I'd shit myself.
If it's going to bring an end to factory farming,
I'm all for it.
If the masses can be converted, and say, hey, we can give you this. It's basically meat. I mean, there's always going to be a contingent. There'll always be the staunch, hardcore people that are like, I won't go near that. And for every time you eat one of those lab-created monstrosities, I'll eat 7 deers. There's always going to be those people. But if it's going to potentially bring an end to factory farming, and we're going to actually be able to feed people and help to save the planet, then it's a win. It's a win for me. Oh, that's sad, Panda Feets. I hope so too. I hope so too. Nice one, Liam. That's brilliant.
Oh, good evening, Dorcas. We're just about to start closing down again.
Yes, we will be wrapping up soon. We'll be wrapping up soon because we want to have some wind down time ourselves. Watch a bit of YouTube or maybe watch a film or something, and then kind of decide what we're doing for the rest of the weekend.
The Sentientist, I am going to put you in timeout for that comment. Please do not espouse stuff that isn't true on this channel. Lab-grown meat is not grown from the placenta of baby cows that are killed. That's absolute bullshit. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. We're trying to make a better world for everyone, and bullshit doesn't help. Lab-grown meat, they are synthesizing from the living cells of living animals. Please make sure you get that right.
Yeah, we gotta be really careful.
Don't become an alarmist vegan.
Gotta be really careful where we get our information from. And I always say the same thing as well, is like, whether it's information that is pro-vegan or anti-vegan, where did the research come from? Who funded it? Those are just important things.
To us by saying I speak the truth, which has meant that you're now banned and all your comments have been deleted. I'm sorry, but we don't tolerate bullshit on this channel. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Just don't do it. You're not the kind of vegan we want to associate with.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Simple as. Simple as. Again, look at the bigger picture. We've got to see the bigger picture here. We've got to see the bigger picture. We've got to be realistic about what we can achieve as a society. We can't preach from a mountaintop the virtues of vegan, with baskets of avocados, walk down to our, wooden hut by the stream, look over at the waterfall. That's not the world that we're striving for, is it? Do you know what I mean? We've got to be realistic.
Will's laptop's just died.
Oh, gutted.
Right, that's 3 bans within a really short space of time. If you're going to be a vegan bullshitter, don't do it on this channel.
Yeah.
Dead simple.
It's kind of good. It's good in a way because,
when it shows who you are, we believe you. And
you're gone.
You're gone. As simple as that.
Help.
You want to be a vegan alarmist. Okay. Don't tolerate bullshit from other people when people tell you they're vegan and then say, have a sneaky bit of cheese now and again. That's all right, innit? Bite their fucking head off. Do that by all means, but don't find out the truth about things and share the truths. It's really important. It's really important.
Yeah. Yes, indeed.
Right, we're going to bring this night to a close. It's been lovely to spend time with most of you. Unfortunately, we've had a few randos gone now. But thank you, Leanne and Ashley, for helping us out with the modding as always. And thank you everyone for being here.
Yeah, thank you for your comments, your updates, your questions. It's always lovely. It really is. It's been really nice to get sent some lovely sweets from Bonbon.
Yep, and I'll just share the link of them again if you fancy having a look.
And of course, we understand that people in the community are passionate, but as Paul said before, don't come in our front, in our living room, chatting shit when you've got nothing to back it up with, and you are literally giving us misinformation. But we don't want that.
It doesn't help anybody.
We don't
it's
want that
exactly
here.
the same as what anti-vegans do. It's the same thing.
We've got to be better.
We have. I love you, mister.
Love you. Mwah.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you again very soon, and until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye, loves.
Take care all. Have a good weekend.
We're to end this now. Goodbye.